from Buffalo, New York is the SFL here on a Sunday night between the Queen City Corsairs and the Chicago Warriors. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Ramos Lin. Alongside me in the booth is Rochelle Colston. Big shout-outs go to Dwayne Schindler and Andrew Gibson on stats. And our producer, as always, is Cameron Irvine. Rochelle, we see a couple of teams, Chicago struggling this season, 2-8, trying to play spoiler for Queen City. It's just the team that goes as far as their quarterback, Michael Brown, goes. A couple of weeks ago, he looked like an MVP candidate, but then had a tough game against DC. What are your keys for the matchup? Queen City needs these one to keep their player hopes alive.
Like you said before, Queen City, Michael Brown has to have a clean game. When he plays clean, the team wins. And so if you're Chicago, you need to put pressure on Michael Brown, force him to throw interceptions. I think whoever plays better defense tonight can win this game.
Chicago definitely needs to put some pressure on the quarterback, Michael Brown, as well as force a turnover here and there. Because other than that, Queen City this season has been tough to beat when Michael Brown has played a good game. The kick is underway. And Queen City will have their offense first. The return past the 20-yard line, past the 25, past the 30, and up to the 33. A good return here for Queen City. And we're going to see their offense on the field first. Michael Brown is the starting quarterback with Ace Ketchum, Charlie Baker, and GB Wells in the backfield alongside Jalen Wells. The receivers are Adrian Ellis Sr., Joseph Boudet, Brian Davis, Bob Wood, and Joe Beasley. The tight ends, James Matthew Jr. and Tyler Bobby. And the guard is Kai Peckle. The backup quarterback contracted to this team is Isaac Covert, the rookie second-round pick in the most recent draft. First down and 10 here for Queen City. They will show 3 wide receivers, and they will toss the ball to the right. This is a stiff arm and a good gain of 3 yards to start this one by Wells. Second and 7.
Yeah, nice little play on first down. As long as you're moving the chains forward, put yourself in a better position for second down and the downs after.
Second down, 7 yards to go. 2 tight ends and 2 backs. Hand the ball off again. This is Ketchum on the carry. Nothing doing. A loss of 1. And it will be 3rd and 8 for the Chicago defense. Darko Young, Sean Perrin are in the defensive line. Doug Day and DJ Kilgannon are the linebackers. K Magic, Derek Majors, Ricky Robinson, and Melodious Manning are the corners, and the safeties, Crump Worthy and Alex Bond. 12 seasons in the SFL. Brown to throw, clean pocket, throws to the outside, and the pass is incomplete. Good coverage by Derek Majors on the outside, and Chicago will force a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, Derek Majors that time was step by step with that receiver. There's no way he's going to catch that ball.
Exactly the kind of start that Chicago needed defensively, forcing a 3 and out. Again, trying to play spoiler here as Queen City will be playing their last game of the season tonight. They do have a bye week to finish this 6-5. I don't know if 6-6 will get you to the playoffs, Rochelle, so they must win this game.
But then they have the long game of waiting for the last game in the week since they have a bye to see which teams win or lose. That's always kind of frustrating.
That's true. But hey, if they win this game, their chances of going to the next round increase exponentially. 3 wide receivers for Chicago. Tackle throw goes to the outside. The pass deflected and incomplete. Let's introduce you to the Chicago offense. Type attack is the quarterback, Baloo Scott and Dean Jackson in the backfield. Gus Scott, Tita Queen, and John Fullerton are the wide receivers. The tight end is Paulie Truth, and in the line, Jackie Jones, Jess Fullerton Galarza, and Robin Mono are in the line. The last one, a rookie undrafted. Jackie Jones, also an undrafted tight end.
I don't know that one.
Movement in the line. Paulie Truth goes from right to left. Patak will throw. Patak to the outside, and the pass is caught. Paulie Truth will make it a manageable 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, 3rd down and 1. You have 2 good backs. You have Baloo Scott and you have fullback Dean Jackson. Let's see if they get the ball to him. Nope, empty set.
Empty set here for Chicago. As Patak will scramble, design run, and type attack will get it to the 50-yard line. Good play call right there for Chicago.
And there goes that man again. Really, you got to keep an eye on him. He'll run in any second.
Empty set again. Same formation with 3 receivers and a couple of tight ends. Patak will throw this time. Patak middle. The pass incomplete. Well overshoots his intended receiver. For the Queen City defense, P. Fudor is the defensive end alongside Chance Stinson. Robert Crone is the defensive tackle. Linebackers are Jasad Grackleflint, Luke Swift, Finn Steele, and Morgan Brown. The corners, Justin Reside, Elijah Quick, and Eric Belmont. And the safeties are Alex Marshall, G.B. Wallace, and Nate Hall. And with a man in motion is Chicago. That is Arnaz Battle getting some snaps. Patak throws to the outside, and the pass is incomplete, knocked down by the Queen City defense. That was Elijah Quick with the pass deflection, and it's a 3rd and long.
That was kind of a dangerous pass there. I mean, yeah, I saw 4 defenders in the area, and we had the deflection, so that was pretty dangerous.
Same formation again, 3rd down and 10. Chicago has found their niche with this formation, looks like. Passing situation, Patak will throw, loots a sack, and then gets crushed by 2 Queen City players. 3 defenders from the Corsairs hit the quarterback on that play as the offensive line takes a break.
Yeah, that's Fudor again, who's had 9 tackles coming into the game, now has 10. She was number 2 in the league. They pushed her up to number 1 now.
What a job by Fudor. Her first season with Queen City, 3rd overall in the SFL. And already one of the leading sackers in the league. So from the 18-yard line, here comes the offense again for Queen City. Rochelle, last time out, it was a quick 3 and out. And, you know, it just takes a couple of passes, it feels like, for Michael Brown to settle into this. Three wide receivers and a tight end with an offset single back. Handoff goes inside. That is Ketchum. Check that. That is G.P. Wells with a carry, 4 yards. Second down and 6 yards to go. Queen City trying to move the ball here early in the first quarter still. Handoff up the middle. This one maybe for about half a yard as Baker unable to get much on that one.
Good job by K Magic coming from a cornerback position to make that tackle.
Third down and 6. Brown to throw, scrambles now to the left, tries to pull a type attack level of scramble, is unable to do so. 1 yard gain, but that's another 3 and out forced by the Warrior defense.
Well, the Chicago defense has really come to play tonight. They're looking really good so far, holding QC to 2 3 and outs. Quite impressive.
This return from Chicago got past the 35 to the 38-yard line. And you mentioned, Rochelle, it will be the defenses. Whoever has the best defense will start. From the 38-yard line, first down, Patak to throw, middle. The pass is caught by Paulie Truth. A big gain here for the Warriors, and they move the chains.
Talking about thread and needle, I mean, perfect pass. Caught him in stride. Great game, great push up the field here.
What a throw by Type Attack as Chicago now in Queen City territory. They will show a different formation. It's a bunch set here for the Warriors. Single back. Handoff this time to the right. Tries to make a juke, but then gets gang tackle on the right-hand side, a 3-yard gain. That was Baloo Scott with a carry. Second down and 7 yards to go. Shotgun formation. Draw play. This one for a loss. Off about a yard. Nothing doing there. That was the backup halfback, James Stewart, with a carry.
Now, third and 8. Third and 8, you have to pass here.
Passing situation for sure. 3 receivers, 2 tight ends. That's going to be Paulie Truth in motion from right to left. As the Queen City defense shows at least main coverage pre-snap. The tackle throw to the outside, caught Paulie Truth. That's Dean Jackson, the fullback, but unable to get first down yardage, and I think that's going to be another punting situation for the Warriors.
Great play by Justin Reside, knowing where the ball was going to, making the tackle before the first down marker. Forcing a punt here.
Quite a few lady players here on the field. Rochelle, Baloo Scott, Tita Queen, Jess Fullerton Galarza, Robin Mono for Chicago, for Queen City Talababi, and P. Fudor. So 6 total. As this punt goes back to the end zone for a touchback. But love to see the female representation here, Rochelle, on the football field tonight.
Yeah, I love it.
6 of the players. And impact players, too. I mean, P. Fudor already making an impact in this game. Blue Scott, of course, always, as Tita Queen, the veterans making impacts week in and week out. And in motion, that is Adrian Ellis. Trip set, bottom of the screen. Draw play, inside, good call. As well as we'll get 7 on the play. Queen City still trying to get their first down of the game.
Nice play on first down. Pick up 7 yards. It's a great pickup on first down.
Best run of the night so far for the Corsairs. 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Nickel defense here for Chicago. And Queen City just has the numbers. Right up the middle, 5-yard pickup. Good for a first down.
I mean, QCC has a total of 4 backs on their team, so they will always have fresh legs in the game.
First down and 10, offset single back. Handoff again, right up the middle as Ketchum pushes Nick for a gain of 7 yards. And looks like finally Queen City has found some momentum offensively.
That was GPA Wells once again. Another big gain.
2nd down, 3 yards to go. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. 2 tight ends. Draw play. And that draw play good enough for a first down. They're going to give it to Ace Ketchum here. 3 yards. Look pretty close.
Like QCC's establishing their run game early in this game. If Chicago's got to find an answer for it.
Chicago game planning for the passing attack of Michael Brown, who at points this season has looked like the best player in the league, to be fair, and they're going to go with the ground this time. Kilgannon makes the stop for only a gain of 1 yard, 2nd and 9.
At that time, Kilgannon was not fooled, had the hole covered. Nice, only allowing that 1 yard gain there.
Another 3 wide receiver set with 1 tight end. And again, they're going to try to run the ball. A little bit more successful this time, but Kilgannon again cleans it up. 3-yard pickup, 3rd down and 6.
At this point, your playbook's wide open here. I'm expecting that pass, though.
Certainly expecting a throw unless they kind of surprise him with some sort of draw play. Man in motion this time. It's going to be Beasley making a trip set to throw. Michael Brown, clean pocket, pass middle, Kilgannon. Back-to-back defensive plays for the linebacker. And another 3rd down stop for Chicago. Queen City will be forced to punt for the 3rd time in the first quarter.
Kilgannon showing that as a linebacker, he can, cover the run. He also, cover the pass. Great job there by the linebacker.
BJ Kilgannon, an absolute struggle to gameplay again, or game plan against. Rochelle, we had to game plan against them and the Canton defense for the last championship game. Last time I saw DJ Kilgannon on film, to coach against, and he's just a ball player. So Chicago will resume their offense at the 22-yard line. 0-0 score here in Buffalo, New York. Empty set for type attack. Patak will throw. The pass short. It's caught. Dean Jackson with the catch. A gain of 6.
Yeah, nice play on first down. Pick up 6 short. 2nd and 4 is very manageable here. At what point will we see Chicago's run game?
Maybe on this one it's a bunch set. Let's see if Baloo Scott gets the handoff for this play. She does, and Baloo Scott is loose for about 5 yards and a first down. Right on cue, Rochelle.
Yeah, great play. Pick up the first down. Keep moving the chains.
First down and 10 for the Warriors. A defensive struggle here in Queen City. This pass deep. The pass is incomplete off the shoulder pad, it looked like, of the receiver. And it will be 2nd down and 10. We've seen some great defense, and it looks like points will be at a premium, Rochelle. You have to catch those.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the receiver wasn't ready. Or, they got their wires crossed. Wasn't expecting the throw, but he should have caught. That ball should have been caught.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Patak to throw again. Patak middle. The pass incomplete. Well overthrown and almost intercepted by Marshall. 3rd and 10. And this Queen City defense trying to stand tall once more.
I'd rather see the overthrows than see the ball underthrown and have the interception happen. So that was pretty harmless.
3rd down. Queen City showing a blitz. They will come with the blitz and type attack, lose the sack. The pass is thrown to Paulie Truth, and Truth gets the first down. What a play.
Yeah, Truth just stiff-armed his way to the first down there. Great job by him catching the ball and turning the ball upfield.
What a play by Patak as Paulie Truth able to find the open space, gets the catch, and importantly gets the first down. Queen City sent a well-timed blitz, to be fair, that got home. They may try to do the same thing. They do. Patak again throws quickly, and the pass is incomplete for Side and company in the coverage.
And number 21, got the pass deflection there. Great coverage by the secondary.
Last play of the first quarter, presumably. Again, Luke Swift right there on the edge. Will come with another blitz. Patak throws outside. The pass is caught. And that one is good for a first down. As that looks like Scott got the catch. Got caught, yep.
Great route. Put himself on the outside while all the defenders were on the inside. And type attack made the perfect throw to where only he could catch it.
End of one. Chicago nothing. Queen City nothing. You're watching the Simulation Football League right here on the Virtual Football Network on YouTube. And air coverage of today's game provided by Dax Drone Works, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at daxdroneworks.com. This place, Rochelle, much colder about 2 months ago, but now pretty good weather here for football.
I don't like the cold, so.
Here in upstate New York, about an hour away from the Canadian border. This pass is intermediate. The pass is incomplete. Paulie Truth, the intended receiver. And, to your point, Rochelle, a few minutes ago, I would like to see Baloo Scott get the ball a little bit more, just to keep a little bit of balance.
You keep the defense honest. I mean, if you become one-sided defense,
Yeah. Attack under center. We'll throw again. Attack throws outside. The pass is intercepted. That is exactly what we're talking about as Queen City is returning this one past the 25. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, home team.
Touchdown, Raiders.
That's Morgan Brown making her impact on this game.
What a snag. What
I mean,
an
so
absolute snag.
you become one-sided, so your linebackers know they don't have to cover the run, so they're all just sitting back in coverage waiting for the ball to be thrown.
What a play by the linebacker. I mean, just clean hands, stretching for the ball and catching it. Play that you don't see from many linebackers, Rochelle. You know, linebackers normally body catch interceptions when they get them.
Or stone hands.
Or stone hands. As Queen City tags on the extra point, it's 7-0 Corsairs here in the start of the second quarter. And Chicago type attack just needs to have short memory, just to raise that interception and get back at it.
We still haven't had, an offensive touchdown yet.
Yeah. Offenses have not been great so far this game. I think we'll have some decent field position this time at their own 32-yard line. And attack will have again an empty backfield. I'm gonna give him an easy throw just to, compose himself. Patak will scramble. Patak close to a first down. We'll get 8. And that will bring it a 2nd and 2.
I thought for sure he had the first down there. He just said untimely spin. Didn't help him.
Bunch formation for Chicago again on a 2nd and 2. Handoff goes to Scott, and Malou gets about 7 on the play. First down, Warriors.
And so they have to keep on giving the hand and the ball off to Blue Scott. You can't let those linebackers just sit there in coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. As we say that, that's another empty set. Here for Patak. Drop back. Pass outside. Almost intercepted again. And again, it's Brown in the coverage. 2nd and 10.
If I was Patak, I wouldn't throw her direction very many times this game.
Yeah, at least not for the next couple of minutes. He's just reading everything like a book.
Another empty set.
Yeah, and watch out, because Luke Swift is on that side. He could have a clean look at the quarterback here. Watch out for Luke Swift coming off the edge. Attack. Swift gets blocked. The pass is caught. Paulie Truth with a strong catch for a foul, 15 yards. Good job by the offensive line on that one.
Good job of protecting there that the pass rush was coming. Somebody would have to be open. Avon's Paulie Truth in the middle of the field, pretty much wide open.
Great job by the offensive line on that one. As Chicago now is nearing field goal range. Obviously, Chicago wants more than just that. 3-4 defense for the Corsairs. Attack will throws middle, caught. Gain of 2 yards. Scott on the catch.
Not a bad play with all the pressure coming from both sides. He just got rid of the ball really quickly.
2nd down. Bunch set for Chicago. Handoff to Scott. Scott, nice 5-yard gain. 3rd down and 3 upcoming.
I'm glad to see that they're mixing in their run plays now. Keeping the defense very, very honest.
3rd down, 3 yards to go. Empty set. Look for the Patak scramble here. No, they will throw. Patak now will scramble. Patak, first down as he gets crushed. To be fair, after a 4-yard gain.
He needs to slide. I know you have you're tough. You need to slide, buddy.
Queen City up 7-0 despite having 0 passing yards and only 2 first downs gained. The only touchdown of the game, a pick 6. Attack will throw. Attack, clean pocket. Outside, caught. Gus Scott again with the catch. And Chicago is in the red zone.
Yeah, Gus Scott did a great job of putting himself right in front of the defenders. and Patak just made a really good throw.
It's going to be first down and 10 at the 13-yard line. Over-under for this game, 45.5. It's been a defensive contest so far.
Wow.
3-4 defense. Attack will throw. Middle pass. Deflected away. Ratcliffe with the deflection. Second down and 10 upcoming.
This is where it gets very, very dangerous. You're in the end zone. When you're near the end zone, all the defenders are playing in the end zone. You can be very, very careful if you pass the ball here.
And in motion. That's number 18 again, Arnaz Battle. Attack will throw. Attack running out of time. The pass is incomplete. Trying to connect with Pauly Truth near the goal line. 3rd and 10 upcoming, and Queen City's defense is tightening up right here in the red zone.
It's another pass deflection by number 31, GB Wallace.
Third down and 10 from the shotgun this time.
Oh boy.
And empty set. Attack to throw. Passes middle. Pass almost intercepted. Should have been. And again, it is the Queen City Corsairs making a play on 3rd down. Elijah Quick on the stop.
Elijah Quick's just, shaking his head because he should have had that one. He had both hands on it.
And the rookie Elijah Quick, first pick for Queen City in the most recent draft. It was a round 1 pick, 11th overall. This field goal is up and good. As Chicago finally gets some points on the board midway through the second quarter, it's 7-3.
Great job by QCC holding to the field goal here. This was a long drive. It was 12 plays, 51 yards.
Queen City now will have their opportunity. A Queen City offense, to your point, that has not been on the field for a while. They got that pick 6 after, Chicago was already moving the ball, and then 12 more plays. As this return past the 35 to the 39-yard line. A great return here for Queen City, and they will have amazing field position. That's wood.
I thought he was going to break that one for sure. It was close.
Nice block right there on the return. That was number 79. Gonna give him a shout out. Marquez McFadden. Great block that gave the return man about 15 extra yards. Here come Queen City with their offset single back. Brown to throw. Brown to the outside. This one is intercepted. And we will have our second pick 6 of the night. Majors puts Chicago on the board again, and 10 points in a span of about 12 seconds, Rochelle.
Wow. Okay. So QCC has their pick 6. Chicago says, if y'all can do that, we can do this too. Wow. 2 defensive touchdowns in the same game.
What a read by Majors. He covered like 3 different receivers on that play and reads perfectly the speed out to James Matthew Jr. and gets the interception. Returned all the way for a touchdown, and just like that, the Warriors are in front with this extra point. Is 10-7 for Chicago. The rooms are going fast for the 2025 SFL convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th through the 13th. If you want to go, you need to book your stay now. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency. And you can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. This one will be nailed down for a touchback. Wood doesn't have a chance to return this one. And Queen City, again, about 15 seconds of gameplay ago, they were up 7-0, and now they find themselves trailing. Offset single back again. Brown to throw. Brown, clean pocket, throws outside. The pass is caught. James Matthew Jr. this time. A little bit of a speed out and go. Gets about 13 for a first.
Nice play by QCC. Did he finally have some passing yards on the board now?
Officially a gain of 11 yards. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line. 3 wide receiver set. And in motion. Trips set with the halfback offset to that side. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. And this one good for a gain of 4 yards to make it a 2nd down and 6.
It's run by Charlie Baker.
Two tight ends set this time. Pair formation. Now it's going to be a 3-by-1 formation. Technically, it's a 1-by-1 on the receiver side. Handoff middle. This one a good gain of about 4, making a 3rd and short 2.
And your playbook's wide open here. You have 3 backs. I want to see a run here.
Definitely in a running formation, and they will give the ball to their halfback, and he's not gonna get there. Shut down at the line by Manning. And a 4th and 3 upcoming here for Queen City. They will have to punt.
What a great job by Chicago's defense so far tonight.
Standing job here by Chicago. I mean, they have not allowed a single point defensively, and they've scored 7 on their own. Queen City's defense as well, not too shabby. They've only allowed 3 points, 7 on their own. Let's send that over to Cameron Irvine to SFL HQ. Cam, what you got for us?
Oh, Ramos, you'll remember this fondly. Watch this. Charleston at Nashville. Iman Kopech's pass off the foot of a defender. Zach Benjamin with the pick. Nashville leads Charleston 14-7 to start the 3rd. Back to you.
Kind of a blast to the past from the SFL days and in All-Pro football. Cam, thanks very much for the update. As Type Attack will throw this one. The pass is caught all the way to the 45-yard line. And left completely wide open was the receiver right there, Rochelle.
DJ Queen, you can't leave her that open, in the middle of the field.
And one of those players that have been around for a while, and they've always been productive, Rochelle, always. Back when the team was a Seattle Nemesis, now here with Chicago. Bonafide #1 receiver. Tackle set a man in motion. That's Dean Jackson. And he will throw. Attack deep, drop back, gets hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. A little bit too deep of a drop back, just kind of backed his way into the pressure coming from the edge.
Lucky that errant throw wasn't intercepted by someone. He got away with that one.
Absolutely. Empty set again.
I'm not surprised.
4-3 defense for Queen City. Attack to throw deep. The pass is caught. Paulie True all the way past the 35-yard line of Queen City and down at the 34. But again, Paulie Truth finding the open spot right there in the linebacker to safety area.
And that way, Paulie Truth just positioned himself between the secondary and past the linebackers, held himself open. Tech made a great throw to him in stride.
5 grabs for 77 yards for Paulie Truth. By far leads the team in both categories. Attack will throw again. Pass to the outside is caught. Gus Scott, 4th catch of the night for Gus Scott. And another first down for the Warriors.
No, good job by Attack, going through his progression, looking for the open receiver. He's not targeting just one person. He's spreading the ball around.
Type Attack in this Chicago offense, not scared of throwing the football. 25 passing attempts here in the first half. They go again. Attack to throw outside. Pass is caught. Jackson able to turn the corner, and Jackson carries a defender with him for 14.
It was as a fullback there, okay, Ramos. I mean,
Yeah,
look at the agility of this fullback. Catch the ball, know where you on the field, stay in bounds, tiptoe down the sideline. These drag defenders with you.
that's a pretty big fullback too. 6'4", 245. I mean, we've seen fullbacks that are like, 5'11", 220. I mean, 6'4", 245. That's a defensive end. And nimble enough to turn upfield and get the first down. Let's see if they snap the ball before the 2-minute warning here. They will. There's going to be a toss play to the left-hand side. And tackle right there after a gain of about 4 yards is the backup halfback as we reach the 2-minute warning. Chicago, surprisingly, up top. And I say surprisingly because at one point it looked like Queen City was really gaining the momentum, and Chicago just scored 10 points in a span of like 15 seconds.
Yeah, but QCC's offense has barely been on the field tonight. They had a couple of 3 and outs. Their longest drive was 8 plays.
Another toss play. Scott breaks a tackle and dives in for the touchdown. And Queen City has made it a 10-point game, Rochelle. And the way this defense is playing, that's you have to feel very comfortable if you're the Warriors right now.
Look at that block by number 74, and Blue Scott just says, I'm not going to be denied. I'm getting in the end zone. The little flashy dive at the end just to show off.
Wow. What a drive here by the Warriors as they pass the ball to basically get all the yardage, and when it comes down to inside the 5-yard line, they toss it out to the back for a touchdown. 7 plays, 77 yards in 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
At this point, Chicago's taking the QCC home crowd out of this game. The fans are shocked.
And they should. I mean, Queen City coming in as a 4.5-point favorite with their playoff hopes on the line. This return by Bob Wood will get past the 30, past the 35. Kiefer does make the hit, and finally Wood goes down at the 37-yard line. But again, Chicago just playing spoiler, and sometimes, having that pressure off of you, Rochelle, can do the difference.
But what a great return! He just left them that one of those players in there, lost their shoes with that spin move there.
Queen City trying to score points before the end of the half. Find themselves trailing by 10 points with 1:47 left here in the second quarter. It's going to be just a handoff, though, but a good one at that, as Wells will get about 9 yards just shy of the first down.
I think QCC makes a little bit more throwing into their game plan here. They've been running the ball an awful lot.
Second down and 1. 2 tight ends, 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. Catch him. Unable to get any room right there. And it's going to be no gain. Queen City will call their first time out, though, so they trust on their offense to get a first down here on this play. Two tight ends, 2 receivers. Man in motion is Beasley. Make it a twin set bottom of the screen. Brown will throw. Passes outside. The pass is caught. Finding the tight end somehow. Just getting past the outstretched arm of the linebacker. And Queen City again is on the move.
I'm not sure how Michael Brown even fit that one in that window. That receiver was surrounded by defenders.
Three receivers and a tight end. Single back formation. Brown to throw. Again outside. And again, one of the receivers, that was Beasley, unable to come up with the catch. And that should have been good for at least the first down, Rochelle.
Yeah, Joe Beasley found himself on the sideline wide open. Got both hands on the ball. Could not catch it. You gotta help your quarterback out.
Got to. 17-7 again. Chicago with the lead. 5 receivers for Queen City. Brown to throw, goes short, and another drop. 3rd and 10.
Michael Brown's made some great throws recently, as receivers just can't hang on to him.
I mean, that's making all the difference right now. Here, at least here on this drive, that's about probably 18, 20 yards missed on drops. I would at least put Queen City in field goal range. 4 receivers. Roll out. Brown throws. The pass overthrown. Good coverage. To be fair, deep. And this is not going to be field goal range for Queen City or Rochelle. That will be forced to punt.
They're hoping here is for a great punt, you know, put Chicago really deep next to their own end zone, make him go the whole field in a minute.
Well, actually, they will keep the offense on the field. 4 receivers.
Oh.
And they will go for it. Brown to throw. Pass, not even close. I mean, that was some sort of Texas route. And even if that was caught, Rochelle, that was about 6 yards short.
I think I agree with this play calling here. I mean, you just gave Chicago great field position.
I mean, great field position with still 58 seconds left in the second quarter. 3 timeouts.
I know that's a lot of time.
Especially for a passing offense.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, and they're empty set once again. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't blame him. Like, you want to capitalize on this momentum. This pass outside is caught again, and that is Gus Scott on that same route, and he's been cooking the one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, and Gus Scott knew where he was on the field, knew after the catch he had to get out of bounds to stop the clock. They don't even have to use a timeout here.
Good point. 3 timeouts still remaining here for Chicago. 53 seconds left in the second quarter.
I mean, that's a 5-second play. Great job.
Exactly what you want. 4 receivers and a tight end this time. Attack to throw, goes deep. The pass is caught again. A strong catch over the middle made by John Fullerton. And just like that, Chicago nearing field goal range.
I'm impressed with this, like, 1-minute offense here.
I dare to say already in field goal range with the ball at the 32-yard line. Jackson will go in motion, followed by Ruside. Man on man, so watch out for another Patak scramble here. Patak, no, he will throw the pass outside. Scott again with the grab, and with the yardage will be about a 40-yard field goal attempt from here if Chicago is forced to try it.
I don't think they want to settle for the field goal here, Ramos.
Yep, from the 22-yard line. Chicago plenty of time still. In motion, go Scott. Lined up alongside Paulie Truth. And Patak will throw outside. The pass is caught by Truth to the 3-yard line. No timeouts left for Chicago, but they still have about 30 seconds. I mean, it looked like they had a minute left like 5 minutes ago.
They're just doing a great job here, moving the ball down the field very, very quickly. And doing it all in the air. Surprised they're not running the ball here.
30.
Wait for Patak to run.
Yeah, 30 passing attempts. This one may be a run. No, it will be a throw. Patak outside. Touchdown! Dean Jackson. And it's the same route that Gus Scott has been able to run so successfully so far in this game. Now they give it to the fullback, and Chicago has scored 24 unanswered.
Wow, what a great play. Look at your fullback can catch. You put him right in the front of the end zone. There was a play made on the ball. That was just a miss. And what a great job by Chicago. And boy, things have turned in Chicago's favor here.
Wow, with time to spare. I mean, that was a jam-packed drive. 5 plays, 58 yards in 23 seconds.
I know. We started with 58 seconds on the clock. Wow.
They could have done 2 of those drives with that time. Unbelievable efficiency here for Chicago, who has taken the game completely over here in the second quarter.
And they're doing it all in the air.
Wood will elect to kneel the ball down. And for Queen City, no timeouts left here in the first half. I mean, unless you can do some sort of magic like Chicago just did, probably just take it to the half. And think of having a stronger second half. Three receivers set for the Corsairs. Just hand the ball off to Wells, a gain of 5 yards. Maybe we'll see another Queen City play here before the end of the first half. But Rochelle, just very impressive how Chicago, offensively they've been able to put the points, but defensively they just completely shut down the Corsair offense.
Yeah, but I would just be happy to just go into halftime, not throw an interception here.
Drop play, just to milk the rest of the clock. A little bit of space right there on the outside. That is going to be the end of the first half, with the Warriors leading by 17, 24-7 here in Buffalo, New York. And Rochelle, just want to hear your thoughts of the first half and who was the standout player here of the first 20 minutes of play.
I have to say, Ty Patak, he's 18 for 31. He does have an interception. He also has a touchdown to go along with it. His receivers have just been helping him out, getting open.
Yeah, I mean, Patak, yeah, sorry about that. Patak has been sensational. I will give it to Paulie Truth. 6 grabs for 91 yards, and every catch has been pretty big. His longest so far has been a 22-yarder. Player of the game so far, Ty Patak. Player of the half, 18 of 31, 225 in a score. And let's pick a. Yep,
Chicago's defense has 6 pass deflections already.
Unbelievable. Let's take a quick halftime break, presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of a sports memorabilia, collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com, as Chicago will get the ball to start the second half of play. And it just feels, Rochelle, I mean, in football anything can happen, but if Chicago puts one more touchdown on the board, it may be final nail in the coffin here.
They'll make it double dip. They score right before halftime and come back right out and score right again. And the momentum was in their favor going into halftime, so.
Attack to throw, clean pocket, throws deep, caught. Paulie Truth gets over 100 yards here in the game, and Chicago keeps rolling.
Yeah, Paulie Truth is on fire right now.
Paulie Truth officially 117 so far in this game. Man in motion this time is going to be Scott from left to right on the formation. Queen City looks like they're going to rush with 5. Well, they only rush with 4. Patak throws again deep. The pass incomplete. Well deflected by Gracklenfint. 2nd and 10.
Let's see what adjustments QCC has made at the halftime on defense to shut down this passing game.
Yeah, they need an explosive play defensively, like they got, to be fair, you know, in the second quarter with that pick six. They need something as Dean Jackson goes in motion from right to left. Patak will throw. Patak all day, throws deep, the pass, incomplete, double covered. Nate Hall on that coverage, 3rd down and 10.
Great play by Nate Hall, because that would have been, if he'd have caught that, it'd have been to the end zone.
Just shy of the midfield stripe. Chicago trying to keep their drive going. Queen City really needs to stop here on 3rd and 10. Attack to throw, the blitz is coming, the pass deep, incomplete. Well covered this time. Gus Scott has been able to convert on that play numerous times, but the Queen City defense makes the stop, and they will get the ball.
They must have gone to halftime, looked at the plays that were, you know, that killed them in the first half, and they made some adjustments, and they're doing better coverage for that secondary.
Much better. As this one goes away. We fielded at the 19-yard line. Here comes the return to the 25. That's where Queen City will set up shop. You're watching the Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on BFN, we'll feature SFL tonight, the UFL on Monday and Wednesday, and the SFL's final week of the regular season kicking off on Friday. It's another week of non-stop action right here on the Virtual Football Network. This regular season, Rochelle, I don't know about you, but has gone in a blur. I mean, already, I cannot believe it's been 3 months as this pass outside is caught for a gain of 13 yards.
You know, last week is the final week. It has flown by definitely this season.
We are just 3 months away from the convention to kick off season 25.
Got my room last night.
It's awesome. If you want to go to the convention, folks, and you don't have a room yet, you know, you should get on it like right now. Like open another window and get on it right now, because if you wait any further, maybe you're not going to find a lot of space. Handoff this time. Shut down. You know, gotta give it to Queen City, Rochelle. They have tried to keep the balance, but this defense of Chicago has been all over.
Yeah, Doug Day making a great play there, the outside linebacker. Great tackle. 2nd and 10. There was no gain there.
2nd down and 10. 3 wide receivers. Another offset single back formation. To throw, Michael Brown throws middle. The pass is caught. James Matthew Jr. for 15 yards and a 1st down.
Put the big tight end in the middle of the field and you find him. They gotta do more of that. Attack the middle of the field with him. He's a big target. Great hands.
Simple post route. Safety not there on time. And the Corsairs are past midfield. One score and the Corsairs are right back in it. I mean, there's still plenty of time here in the second half. Brown to throw outside, another drop. And that is James Matthew Jr. And you know it's a pretty bad case of the dropsies when one of the best tight ends in the league drops the ball, Rochelle.
I just said, he doesn't drop the ball very often. What happens? He drops the ball.
James Matthew Jr. over the last number of seasons, actually ever since he entered the league, has been one of the best tight ends. Queen City historically has had awesome tight ends. I mean, I can go even back to, and this is a name that only Cameron Irvine will know, Scott Stutwell, I think it was his name. This pass deep, incomplete. Matthew Jr. again, unable to come up with it. 3rd down and long. I mean, I think it was Stutwell, unless he was a linebacker. But then Mike Daggs, you may be familiar with that name. And now James Matthew Jr. continuing this tradition of great tight end play here for the Corsairs. Third down and 10. To drop. Brown throws, and
Oh my
another
God.
drop! Wide open. I mean, as wide open as you can have it, Rochelle. Maybe he was trying to concentrate getting the feet in bounds, but that just breaks off his hands.
Michael, like I said before, Michael Brown's not really having that bad of a game. His receivers just aren't helping him. I mean, the ball is literally thrown to them. They get both hands on it. They just can't hold on to it.
Wow. Chicago will return this one to the 20-yard line, but Rochelle, I mean, just unbelievable. You know, it's Queen City offensively has had its sprouts of just looking like the best offense in the league at points. But when this offense is not clicking, man, they cannot buy a first down. And I'm getting
Ty
corrected.
Patacchia said, it's weird being on the other side of these drops.
This is a throw to the left-hand side, incomplete. Cameron Irvine is, correcting me. Brock Stotwell, not Scott. Brock Stotwell. Just an absolute stud, pun intended. Tight end way back. I mean, we're talking about season 3, Rochelle. Through season 4 and stuff. Like, nobody, outside of a handful of people will remember that name.
Way before my time.
I was back in the New York Knights days. By the way, next season, season 25, that's going to be actually also, wow, what a catch. Gus Scott with the grab. That's going to be also the 25th season for Queen City. Really the only franchise who's joined the SFL and never, gone out. Oklahoma City took a hiatus, of course, and came back. But Queen City has been in the league since day one.
Wow. It never changed their name at all.
They were the New York Knights. They were the New York Knights back in the day, as this pass is deflected away and incomplete. They were the New York Knights from season 1 to season, I want to say 4 or 5. And then became the Queen City Corsairs starting season 6, I
So
believe.
they're kind of like Carolina, who's been in the league since day 1 and 2. They were with Honolulu. I can't even say what their name was.
Yeah, I mean, the Carolina Skyhawks started as the Kahlua Wyverns in season 1, but then obviously, change of ownership, and it's a different franchise, at least for me, as this pass is incomplete, a hospital pass intended for Pauly Truth.
Like both offenses are now struggling after halftime. Defenses must make some really good adjustments.
Of course, the original Oklahoma City Renegades became the Arizona Scorpions. And then Oklahoma City came back as an expansion franchise.
Wow.
As another laser pinpoint throw to Pauly Truth, who's just eating this secondary alive. And that is Nate Hall, a very good safety in the coverage.
Yeah, but Pauly's been such a big target. He puts himself, in front of the defender. Pauly can only throw the ball right, only he can catch it. All Nate Hall can do is tackle him.
First down and 10. Patak to throw. Goes middle. The pass is incomplete. Well deflected. Just getting a fingertip on it looked like.
It was Justin Reside.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I think Ben Steele kind of got a fingernail on it. Kind of hard to tell. Either way, a nice break up here for the Queen City defense. Tackle throw. The pressure is coming. It doesn't get there. And Nate Hall this time provides the perfect hit on Pauly Truth. Third down and 10. Queen City has to get off the field.
I thought for sure Pauly Truth had that one. He had both hands on it in the air. Nate Hall just made a
And when Pauly
huge
Truth
hit.
when Pauly Truth gets his hand on the football, he doesn't drop too many. 6'6", 250 for Pauly Truth. One-time All-Star a couple of seasons ago. Dean Jackson is in motion. Jackson has been active catching the ball here for the Warriors. Attack to throw, goes outside, deflected away. Justin Reside puts a hand up, and it's 4th and 10. Queen City defense does the job.
Both defenses are looking great so far in the second half.
This one goes away. Looks like a pretty decent one with a lot of hang time. Feel it at the 16-yard line and blasted at the 20. Goes Bob Wood. And this offense from the Queen City Corsairs needs to find something, Rochelle. Again, you know, reminding you folks, if you just joined us, Queen City's touchdown on the board was a pick 6. Other than that, the Corsairs being blanked here offensively at home. It's going to be a handoff to Ketchum, and Ketchum carries the defender for a gain of 10 and a first down.
I think that was GP Wells. It was.
It was Wells.
Yes.
Like that. Thank you. This Chicago defense, or the Chicago team in general, allows 25 points a game, which is 19th in the SFL. They do have 17 takeaways, which is top 10, as this run goes absolutely nowhere. This run defense has been sensational so far. Defense that in the rushing department ranks second to last, but looking like a top 5 unit tonight.
They have so many backs.
Handoff
Oh,
again,
wow.
and again, there's nothing there. And this is a really good backfield, Rochelle. I mean, you got to point that out. You know, GP Wells, Jalen Wells, Charlie Baker, Ace Ketchum, all of them have gotten significant reps in their careers.
You definitely mean Ace Ketchum's probably the newest one, but GP Wells and Jalen Wells, they've been in the league forever.
James Matthew Jr. goes in motion, trying to get the mismatch top of the screen. Three people over the top, only 2 defenders. As Michael Brown cannot find the open guy, throws deep, and the pass is incomplete. Another hospital throw as Alex Bond makes the hit. And Chicago's defense, it looks like at points it looks like they're playing with 13 people in there instead of 11.
The defenders were just in the right place at the right time all the time in this game.
Michael Brown, to be fair to him, he's thrown a few good throws that the receivers have just been unable to catch.
Ooh.
But it's been a tough day for the quarterback, and so has been for the Queen City Corsairs as a whole. Chicago will get the ball at the 33-yard line. And who knows, Rochelle? I mean, at this point, it just may require for another pick 6 or something like that for Queen City to come back into this game.
Had a scoreless second half so far, so.
We'll keep going with the empty set. I mean, this is their offense, Rochelle. They will keep throwing the ball. This is the best way in which they feel they can move the ball, because this ball is completely overthrown over the head of everybody. As Wally Truth was the intended receiver.
Definitely too much muscle on that one.
Pipe attack has now thrown the ball a whopping 44 times. Only 10 rushing attempts, and that includes 4 from Patak. As he will throw again. Goes to the outside. Scott gets the first down, 11 yards, enough to move the chains.
Well, Scott's having a great game along with Polly Truth. I mean, those have been his major targets. T. DeQueen's been quiet. We haven't seen Lyric Da Vinci at all.
Wally Truth has been targeted 19 times in this game. 8 catches for a $121. Gus Scott has been targeted 10 times. 6 grabs, 70 yards. Patak to throw. Patak goes outside. The pass is caught. And guess who? Well, that's actually the T. DeQueen. Second grab of the game for the Queen.
Yep, I mean, they had two receivers in the same area. Look at them both right there. That was hard to defend.
Especially when Patak gets the protection that he's getting, over 300 for type attack in the game. Back to throw. The pressure comes in, and he is sacked. Dropped for a loss. That is Robert Crone, the defensive tackle, putting the pressure.
Defensive line finally breaks through. I mean, Chicago's offensive line's been doing a great job all night long.
Yeah, they really have. 2nd and 13. That's man in motion. Gus Scott. 4 receivers, top of the screen, including the tight end, Pauly Truth. Patak to throw. Patak goes deep. The pass is caught again. Pauly Truth all the way to the 17-yard line as he's nearing $150 on the night.
Wow, Pauly Truth is just threading the needle. There were 3 defenders right there. He threw the ball where only Pauly Truth could catch it. I mean, great job.
In stride, beautiful throw. $160. Check that, over 150 yards for the tight end.
Mike Daggs is going to be very happy. Throw it to the tight end all night long.
Hashtag throw it to the tight end. All night long here for the Warriors. Attack to throw again. The pressure, and again it gets home. Crone does get the initial hit, but then it is Field cleaning it up for his first sack.
They brought a lot of people this time, and then O-line could just not hold them all.
2nd and 18. Three receivers. 2 tight ends. Pauly Truth. Patak throws. The pass is caught. One-handed reception. One-handed grab. And that is a nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. 4K 23, SFL 4K 23. What a catch, Rochelle.
TJ Queen not only made the one-handed catch, but she took the hit at the same time and they managed to hold on to the ball.
Watch out, shotgun formation. And this is going to be a quarterback draw. As Patak will get it to the 1-yard line. I was about to say, I mean, watch for the type attack scramble right there up the middle.
You know, I'm actually surprised that he actually slid there.
Yeah.
That's not norm. That's not the norm for him.
No, he likes to get as many yards as he possibly can. They will go back in the shotgun. Look for another toss play or draw here to the back. It's going to be the toss. Baloo Scott unable to get any yardage. Really good play right there by Luke Swift on the outside. 2nd and goal.
Actually, a tackle for loss there.
Tackle for about a 2-yard loss. Gonna go back in the shotgun. Man in motion, that's John Fullerton.
Look for Patak to run. Nope.
Draw play, right up the middle, touchdown Warriors. And that is the backup, James Stewart, with a touchdown.
And what a great job for the backup. They come into a game 3 yards from the end zone, and the O-line created a great hole for him to run through. No one even touched him till he got to the end zone already.
Wow, the Chicago Warriors just putting on an offensive clinic here over the last 2 quarters of play. First quarter, both teams really couldn't move the ball at all. But over the last 20 minutes of gameplay, it's been all Warriors. And this offense has been absolutely cooking tonight.
And QCC's only points on the board because of their defense. I mean, it's 31 unanswered points.
So we want the SFL to reach more people. Do you? The best way to do is to smash the like button, leave a comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. You can help us reach all the people who need more football in their lives. Thanks for your support of the Virtual Football Network. As this return by Ellis will get to the 30-yard line. And let's send it over to Cameron Irvine and SFL HQ. Cam, what you got?
Ramos, this one ended in a thriller. 8 seconds left. Nashville down 4. They got a timeout to spare. They flip it out to Jay Ballmer. He's wide open. Nashville's won 2 of 3 to end the season. They hold on to beat Charleston 24-21. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Well, that's more of the Nashville team that we saw last season, Rochelle. You know, kind of shocking 3-9 this year, but I think it's just, you know, kind of like a dip, and Nashville will be right back next season. Handoff goes to Wells, unable to get nothing on the ground. And that will be the end of the third quarter, as Queen City's struggling offense will try to put some points on the board. 31-7, Chicago leads. You're watching the Simulation Football League right here on the Virtual Football Network. Ramos Lynn, Rochelle Colston here on the call from Buffalo, New York. As the Queen City Corsairs, 6-5, trying to mount a pretty unlikely comeback 3-yard gain right here for Wells. Will make it a 3rd down and 7. Rochelle and Queen City 3rd down has been lacking, to say the least, so far.
I'm surprised they're still trying to use their run game this late in the game, down by all these points, but they're very methodical.
1 of 8 coming into this one on 3rd down, and Michael Brown tries to scramble, and he just does not have the speed. Sacked, Sean Perrin on the sack, a loss of 3 yards, and the Corsairs will be forced upon once more.
Yeah, that play was definitely the start. Covered sack. Remember, I'll throwing that one away.
Michael Brown so far in the game, 4 pass completions.
That's unbelievable.
4 of 15 for less than 50 yards.
Like you said at the beginning of the game, the team kind of, you know, rides on Michael Brown's arm. If he has a good game, the team has a good game. If he doesn't, this is what happens.
We're looking at that as Pat Attack throws the ball, overthrows his intended receiver as pressure was on his face. 2nd down and 10.
Wise choice by the quarterback to get rid of the ball, throw it when nobody can catch it, rather than taking a sack.
9 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. 3 receivers, 2 tight ends. 4 attack as Paulie Truth will go in motion. Attack to throw, deep drop back, Attack throws outside, the pass is caught again. Gus Scott, a big pickup here on 2nd down, and the Warriors are in complete control.
We saw that play earlier, and it worked just as well. Great route.
368 for type attack tonight.
And Gus Scott now has over 100 yards himself. 12 targets and 8 receptions.
12 targets for Scott so far in this matchup. Attack will scramble to the right. Attack buys time, throws to Jackson, incomplete, well covered by Justin Reside. And the second and 10 will be upcoming here.
Yeah, but credit that O-line once again. Patak had all day.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Attack to throw, goes outside. The pass is caught. And that is battled with the catch. Pick up a 5.
We know what this playbook looks like. There's no running involved. It's going to be all passing from here on out, no matter how big their lead is.
It looks like it is only when they get inside the 10-yard line where they try to run the ball. It's either attack on a design run or one of the backs on a toss or a draw. Attack drops back. The throw is caught because, of course, it is John Fullerton with the amazing catch for another first down.
That's his second reception on the night, and Patak's spreading the ball around still. He likes Paulie Truth and he likes Gus Scott. But, I mean, all of us, the receivers, have had at least one target, except for number 13, Orlowski. But I think he's not even playing tonight.
First down, attack, drops back to throw, passes. The pass incomplete. There was the chance for Nate Hall right there to come away with the interception. As Patak got pressure on that one. 2nd and 10.
Yep, he felt the pressure. His throw was then off target. He rushed the pass. Great job by Nate Hall.
Queen City in desperate need for a takeaway. Patak to throw. Patak goes middle. The pass is caught. And that is surely the dagger. Gus Scott gets a touchdown. And it is 37-7 Chicago. And they've scored the last 37 points of the match.
I mean, Gus Scott just found himself open in the end zone. Safety is playing back. Ball was thrown in front of him. Great route and great pass.
Just everything changed, Rochelle, with the interception return for a touchdown by Derek Majors. Once that happened, Chicago really never looked back.
And QCC's defense has been on the field for so long tonight. A lot of 3 and outs by their Queen City's offense. Defense is tired.
The defense has to be gassed at this point.
And Paulie Truth has 55 attempts and 29 completions.
Yeah. I mean, it's just throwing the football all over the yard here for the Warriors. To their credit, it has worked to their benefit more often than not. Holy Truth himself has 21 targets.
I mean, they have only 14 rushing attempts and 7 of them are type attacks.
Yeah.
Who's the leading rusher on the team?
He sure is. Draw play, nothing doing.
I mean, at QCC, they have to start airing the ball here. This run game is not doing anything right now in the second half.
To be fair, I mean, the passing hasn't worked either.
No.
I mean, it's just shocking. Another run. This one, it's about 9.5.
It's Baker.
Yep. Get some good yardage there. Michael Brown with an 11.8 quarterback rating so far in this match. Handoff goes to the back. This one is good for a first down. With this running, Rochelle, I mean, down 31 points. You just wonder if Queen City is kind of waving the white flag just a little bit.
I guess they don't want to throw any more interceptions for sure.
Chicago, the better team tonight. Queen City, a team that has shown a lot of promise this season. Still suffering through those, growing pains and those struggles. As Baker gets 4. Queen City so far this offense, number 8 in the league in passing yards per game, 238 passing yards per game, and number 1 in passing touchdowns with 21. Just a complete nothing burger here for the Corsairs tonight. There's a fumble. Queen City does recover as the lineman pounces on it. 3rd and 6 upcoming.
That's unusual for DP Wells to cop up the ball, but great job by couldn't see the number who stripped the ball.
I mean, shout out to this Chicago defense. I mean, they've been unbelievably good tonight.
A lights out good.
Brown to throw. Throws off his body. And that one is not even close to the receiver. 4th and 6. And the last play was DJ Kilgannon who knocked it loose. And DJ, again, has been just an absolute force at the linebacker position for so many seasons. Queen City does punt the football away, which will give Chicago back the ball. And much to our dismay, Rochelle, they will keep throwing, so this fourth quarter will keep going on for a little bit more.
All right, and I mean, Chicago's offense usually scores very quickly and very fast because all they do is pass the ball, and that's what they're doing again with a 31-point lead.
Tackle throw to the outside, incomplete off the hand of Paulie Truth. Well covered on that one. Second and long.
And like I said, this QCC defense is tired.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, they especially like, I mean, everybody, especially like the secondary, they've been trying to chase Paulie Truth and Gus Scott all night long. Patak to throw, Patak throws, the pass incomplete, he threw. 3rd and 10.
Great pressure by QCC that time, forcing Paulie Truth to, get rid of the ball.
Third down, 10 yards to go. 3-4 defense for Queen City. And Patak will throw, goes to the outside, incomplete, well covered by Justin Reside. And that drive took a whopping, 9 seconds off the clock. Chicago will have to punt.
Right? Like I said, they score quickly. If they're going to score, they do it quickly. It's like 4 or 5 passes. They get down the field, they score. So,
Queen City will return this one from the 27. And just back to the 35-yard line. With under 5 minutes left here in regulation.
I mean, at this point, QCC is doing a better job at killing the clock than Chicago is.
That's true. Chicago will get their 3rd win of the season. Another challenging season for the Warriors. You know, despite having really good talent, and it's all in display tonight. You know, Type Attack, Paulie Truth, Gus Scott, DJ Kilgannon, Derek Majors. As this pass by Michael Brown is caught by James Matthew Jr. for a first down. This is a very talented team, but, just unable to put it together on a consistent basis. Brown to throw. Deep, the pass incomplete. Trying to connect with James Matthew Jr. again, Bond on the hit.
And what a great job at secondary. I mean, they swarmed that player. They were surrounding before he even caught the ball.
Second down, offset single back formation for receivers. 3-2 defense for Chicago. Beasley goes in motion, making a trip set. Brown to throw. Brown goes middle. The pass deflected away again by DJ Kilgannon, who's been all over the field. 3rd and long.
Yeah, DJ Kilgannon, you have to watch where he is. He's actually all over the place. You never know if he's going to be on the line or if he'll be in coverage, but he's a great coverage linebacker.
Third down and 10 yards to go. 4:33 left in regulation. Brown to throw middle. The pass is caught as James Matthew Jr. does get behind DJ Kilgannon that time. 1st and 10. Queen City will continue to go in the no huddle. Another throw by Brown. The pass should have been intercepted in triple coverage. That was number 23. Crunkworthy. That was Crunkworthy, the strong safety, the rookie. 2nd round pick in the most recent draft. As Matthew Jr. goes in motion again.
I look for him in the middle.
Yep. Brown to throw, deep drop back again, throws to the outside and is well overthrown. 3rd down and 10.
I think Brown's getting really frustrated on the field at this point in the game.
6 of 21 passing for Michael Brown. As his run for an MVP season, must be said, it has sadly evaporated. Brown to throw. Passes middle. The pass is caught by Beasley. Good for a first.
They see something they like here.
Yep, up to the 21-yard line. They'll keep going. Brown to throw again. Beasley again. Gain of 14 yards, and for the first time, Queen City is inside the 10. Brown to throw. Middle. The pass deflected away. Kilgannon one more time on the pass deflection.
I'm surprised they're not running the ball here.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe just not on that specific set here on the no huddle. We might see one here on a 2 backfield set. Oh, man in motion. Brown to throw, passes to the outside, and that one is good for a touchdown. James Matthew Jr. gets a score, and Queen City has their first offensive points on the night.
And folks, we have now reached the over.
All right, so Queen City able to get some points offensively, as the extra point is good. 38-14, Chicago with the lead as week 14 maybe wrapping up today, but Mike Gaggs and Gerald Smith will kick off the final week of the regular season on Friday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern with the Matt Wilson kickoff show, as this onside kick is recovered by Chicago. Keep an eye out on the Flex Week 15 dates and times for the final matchups. It's all right here on the Virtual Football Network.
And the final week is always so exciting because you never know what's going to happen. There's so many different scenarios about who's going to be in the playoffs, and it all goes down to the final week of the game, final week of the season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this is, times where, some division rivals play against each other. So that decides playoff seeding, who gets in, who is out. Attack to throw. Attack all day, throws to the outside, and that is caught to Pauly Truth, because of course it is. Pauly Truth has been an unstoppable force in tonight's ball game.
Like you said before, he's a huge target. He doesn't drop very many, and once he catches the ball, he's hard to bring down. Yeah. Messed up with number 44. Grackle felt the linebacker. There's no chance.
First down and 10 yards to go. More empty set with the game already out of reach. Attack will throw. Attack scrambles, throws deep. The pass is incomplete, but a pass interference.
Oh.
Kind of surprising, Rochelle. To be fair, after all these attempts, that's the first PI that we see.
Really? I mean, that's a 60th pass? And for QCC, it just goes from bad to even worse. I mean, I don't know about that.
And a take attack. Maybe I would have not have called it.
I mean, let them play at this point.
But hey, we're inside the 5, so this is when they actually run the ball. At least that's been the case. Yeah, maybe. Well, as we say that, it could still be a design scramble here. Yep, it would be a design run. Attack.
Oh.
Nothing. Loses about 7 on the play, as that was sniffed out completely by the Corsair defense.
He would have been better just going forward, I think, instead of trying to roll out. Oh, okay. Number 95 just broke through that line all by himself. He never stood a chance.
Yeah, that is Robert Crone. He's been able to get to the quarterback a few times.
Yep, another pass.
Likely another throw on 2nd down and goal.
Look for the fullback.
Well, look for the delay of game.
Wow.
Unbelievable. How many times do we see that?
Not very often.
Not very
SFL.
often. Delay of game by Chicago. I mean, you know, to their credit, I mean, it doesn't hurt them at all. They actually take another second off the clock. Second and goal from the 12. Attack to throw. Patak goes deep. The pass is almost intercepted. It should have been. But unable to come up with it. And it will be third and goal.
Ben Steele is shaking his head because he definitely should have had that one.
Absolutely.
But another linebacker, stone hands.
Third down and goal. Bunch set. Now they will run it. Toss
What?
right to the left. That goes down.
Okay. Strange play calling here at the end.
That will be the 2-minute warning. Chicago with a commanding 38-14 lead over the Corsairs. You're watching the Simulation Football League right here on the Virtual Football Network. Ramos Lynn, Rochelle Colston on the call. Top keeper will try his second field goal of the night. This one is up, and it is good, barely. Just inside the right upright. 41-14 Warriors.
At one point, the ball was on the 2-yard line and on the 12.
It goes into the end zone. Bob Wood will return this one. A good move by Wood to the 29-yard line. And likely Corsairs' last offensive drive of the game coming up here.
And Bob Wood's done an excellent job of returning tonight.
Michael Brown under center. 3 receivers. Beasley goes in motion from left to right. Brown to throw. Brown goes to the outside. The pass is caught. James Matthew Jr. gets about 16 in the first.
Chicago's offense, I mean, their passing game, QCC's offense is looking better in the last 5 minutes of this game. Their passing game has kind of worked itself out.
Brown to drop back. The pass deep is incomplete. Another drop by one of these receivers is Davis, who's just not had a good game.
Now he's dropped a couple tonight, just like that were in his hands, and no one near him. That's been the story of the whole game.
It really has been. I mean, when Christian Brown, Michael Brown has had it tied. Well, actually, that one is complete. Beasley for a first down. When Michael Brown has had time to deliver the throw, I mean, it's been a toss of the coin if the ball is actually going to be caught or not.
I mean, this time, number 86 was wide open. That was Joe Beasley. He's made some great catches tonight himself. He's not having a bad game.
Four receivers set for the Corsairs. Dropping back to throw is Brown, deflected away by Worthy. 2nd and 10.
Great job by Worthy to get his hand up there. Knocked the ball away to the ground. Wonder what's the record for how many passes we've had in a game before. Got to be close tonight.
Great question. That's a great question. I'm pretty sure we've had 60 plus. in games before, as this pass is incomplete. That's great coverage. That's amazing coverage on the outside.
I mean, Patak has thrown the ball 60 times, so just wondering.
Third down and 10. Brown to drop back, throws middle, incomplete, again off the hands of James Matthews
Who
Jr.
else?
Kilgannon. Yep, who else providing the hit all over the field.
For a big guy, he's pretty quick.
Yes. Yeah, and that's exactly, as I said, you know, when we last had to game plan against him, you know, it was just such a struggle. I mean, he's great in coverage, he's great in stopping the run, he's great in blitzing. He really can do it all. Ellis goes in motion. 3 receivers, bottom of the screen. Brown throws middle, incomplete. Davis, another drop. And Chicago will take over on downs.
Does Ty Patak come out throwing again?
I mean, with 3 timeouts from Queen City, I don't know if they're going to go with kneel downs. Guess we'll see. Well, there's your answer.
Nope. Wow.
Type attack trying to break some sort of record. I don't know which record, but trying to break some sort of record. Attack throws, pass middle.
Oh, no.
Might get it. Paulie Truth gets the first down and way more all the way to the 25-yard line. Maybe he's just trying to get him incentive money and get him incentive money for Paulie Truth too, who's well over 200 yards.
I think he got the incentive money at, what, 100? Maybe get double incentives, he gets 200? I don't know.
And probably that's all he wanted to do, because now he's going to take kneel downs.
Interesting.
The last time out. And mercifully, they have none left, so Type Attack can take the last 2 knees. And end this game, which must be said has been a complete dud for the Queen City Corsairs. You know, I'm not here in the business to, like, you know, rain on people and on teams. You know, they game plan and they put up hard work. But just a complete goose egg for the Corsairs here to finish the regular season.
Yeah, and Michael Brown was struggling, like you said, at the beginning of the game. That was, you know, that's what the game depended on, him having a good game. The team thrives, you know, on what he does.
One final kneel down here for Type Attack. And it will be truly all over. Just want to hear, you know, your player of the game, Rochelle, and what stood out for you in general.
You know, I'm torn between Paulie Truth and Patak. I mean, they both had awesome games. You couldn't ask for your quarterback to come out throwing 61 passes and complete 50% of them and only throw 1 interception. And you have Paulie Truth here with 213 yards. It's tough.
Yeah.
Then you have DJ Kilgannon, who was all over the field tonight.
You get your pick of the litter here. I mean, there's no wrong answer between Patak, Paulie Truth, Gus Scott. If you want to go with Derek Majors for that pick 6. If you want to go with DJ Kilgannon. Just a lot of people falling out here for the Chicago Warriors as we've reached the end of the game. Chicago 41, Queen City 14. As we take a look at the final stats, 3rd down conversions, just not Queen City's friend tonight. Type Attack finishes with 61 passing attempts and a complete blowout. Paulie Truth 11 for 216, 4 sacks tonight, and a couple of interceptions, both of them returned for a touchdown, 1 for each team. For Cameron Irvine pushing the buttons, Andrew Gibson and Dwayne Schindler on stats. That was Rochelle Colston, and I'm Ramos Lynn. Thank you very much for watching Sunday Night Football here in the Virtual Football Network, and stay tuned for more SFL content throughout the week. Good night, everybody.